the two paths of manhood in 2026. You got the
Mhm.
brotherhood versus the grievance, victimhood kind of mentality. Um, every man is being pulled towards one or the other right now. So meaning brotherhood, meaning like I hold you accountable, you hold me accountable for
Mm.
being the best version I can be. Um, I'll be honest with you, it seemed like it's an attack on masculinity. Um, but at the same time, some of the things I think is being self-inflicted with some of the guys out there on some of the things that they're being led down certain paths to focus on things that's not really going to be beneficial. So in my head, where am I going with this? I'm gonna break it down. So, um, so here's what I think I'm seeing. There is a how can I break this down? A split of masculinity in 2026. Because when people hear masculinity, they hear rah rah, and that's not necessarily what
Right.
it means. Like it's not. That's not like it. So I'm breaking it down. So we got the one path towards like relational masculinity, like empathy, accountability, growth, fatherhood if you have kids. Uh, but the other one that I've noticed is like towards like grievance, victimhood, masculinity, where it's like resentment, blame, gender war framing, false brotherhood offered by toxic influencers. Um, and so both paths are responding to the same real pressures: economic anxiety, loneliness, shifting roles. Because like sometimes you're not in the traditional the way it used to be back in the day, like gender. And so the difference is what you do with it, what we do with it. And so what I want to queue up, the question I have for you, I just wanted to frame it up so you can think through that. So when did you first encounter the manosphere, and what about it pulled you in or repelled you?
Mm. That's deep. That's deep. I mean, wow. First of all, just that brotherhood versus victimhood, man. Like framing, I like that. That in terms of like when I hear brotherhood, not just yes, some of it can be virtual, but when I hear from that too, is some of it's got to be in person. Like there has to be
Fact.
an in-person element. Somebody got to reach out and touch you and make sure you good. Like that's deep. Because when it's all first on the victimhood side, the victimhood be wearing the mask, looking like brotherhood. To your point, but it's just marketing. It's just yeah, it's a community, but are y'all building together or are y'all just talking about the same topics over and over and over? And are y'all talking about silly stuff? Are y'all talking about looks maxing or y'all pockets maxing? I don't know. Like, what are y'all doing? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's it's easy to get sucked into these spaces though, especially the algorithm will slip you a video. Here you go, and then
Yeah. Right.
it'll try to pull you in, and the first video, first couple videos won't sound so crazy, and then but no, you just got I would say like you said, you gotta prioritize that. Have that framing helps though. Am I seeking brotherhood and like actively chasing it, or am I just slipping into victimhood?
Mm. And so so did it repel you or did it pull you in?
Um, there's so many different forms. I mean, they got like different stuff. Like they got like hope core. They got like all different stuff that's like I said, it sounds good on the surface, but then like when you click on the page and you start like going down more and more, I would say it repels me in terms of like what I'm focused on is and it's not like 100% repel versus like
Yeah.
reject or repel. But what I always say is, even if the message sounds incredible, you always just look to take take it with a grain of salt. You should never, even if it's unless it's somebody that you, like y'all in real life or it's your family or something. If it's someone you learned about online or something, you shouldn't like 100% jump into that stuff without, especially without doing your own research. Like, don't just, well, they said it and they said it in a convincing way and they look good while saying it. They got everybody else is liking and commenting, so it must be the way. Like, no, do your own research, and make sure that it aligns with you. And don't just, I don't know, I would also say don't like hang your hat on that for the rest of your life. Like, intentionally go find new creators. Because that's another sign of it too. Because are you treating it like a religion? Is it like, okay, I don't even want to go listen to other creators, or I don't even want to go move to other spaces. You're supposed to move your life, you're supposed to move through spaces and learn and pick up new things.
Yeah. Yeah. The manosphere, I think that some aspects about it, like there are some things I do get. Um,
Right.
I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I actually experienced that myself, so to speak, especially being when I was single, but I ain't single. So it's not really, I always tell people, man, like you only need one. And so what the generalizations and like you're just making blanket statements. Obviously, whenever you're making your point, okay, that's you have that to work with, but you have to be careful not to overgeneralize like populations and people and genders and like well, I give you an example. My wife, um, it's kind of funny. I always mess with her. I'm like, ooh, the sisterhood is strong. They
That's
will,
funny.
they will sometimes not even hold themselves accountable, and they'll just be going along. Oh, girl, and I'm like, why don't you tell her? Like, tell her, like. But I get it. People's personalities are different, and they just want to be there for their sister, even if their sister doing wrong. Not every they won't tell them. They won't say, "Hey, you wrong." Like that's not right. And so we've had many conversations about that. But I'm like, so there were some things that I even like me and my wife, like I would say that it was kind of entertaining because both of us being married, we were past that stage. So we don't need like that's we're past that stage doing our thing. Like, so it's not really meant for us. So I always found that weird seeing married people build out a whole like YouTube or whatever about the manosphere when they good and married. Um, so that part has always been interesting. Versus promoting a healthy marriage.
Right.
Hey, you only need one, and this is what you look for. But and so, but guess what? That's not sexy. That doesn't sell. That's not gonna get a lot of views per se, unless you um, battle with the gender. But you can get into that space and you can go down a rabbit hole, and then before you know it, it can almost come off as if you hate men or you hate women, and it's just
Right.
a weird kind of. And I don't even like this word, but I would probably say toxic. It can get crazy. Like I hate that word. I hate it. I hate it saying that. No, I need to pull up a thesaurus, a digital thesaurus, and come up with no. I hate that word. Uh,
That's
and it's
funny.
just a word, so I don't even know why I have stood the emotion. I think it's because I've heard so many women say toxic, and I'm like, was it though? Um,
Right.
but anyway, this is not to get on women, but just kind of like me and my wife. So anyway, it did help generate some interesting conversations between my wife and I. And she even has admitted some stuff like, that's correct. They be off on. I don't know why they be doing that, but I'm like, but why don't the sisterhood like tell each other like, girl, if you want a man, hey, this is typically what men are looking for. I understand you in Pluto somewhere, or you all in somewhere, some Jupiter, or you off in your world, Disney world of whatever of this ideal man, but like, no, this is really how it is. But what I think mentorship, getting with people that are already married, but they've been married, and it's not just about the length of time they've been married, because the length of time does not necessarily equate to a healthy marriage. It's like maybe y'all just like, hey, look, this our lot in life. You go stay in your room, I'm gonna stay in my room. Hey, when the rent due or the mortgage due, I'm gonna pay my half, you pay your half. We roommates essentially. We don't really do date night. We don't really operate as a unit. My money, your money, everything split. Is like nothing really, you're not really progressing like that. You just kind of stagnant and just kind of manage it for the best result. And so for me, I can see how you can get pulled into it, but the danger is you're getting ready to slide into a space of victimhood. And there's some absolutely amazing women out there. Now, I will say that, and men, but you just have to be intentional with what you're looking for, and then and leave space for, hey, sometimes stuff don't work out.
Yep.
Learn from it, move on, grow. And I think that's the part that could be tough too, right? Like, 'cause rejection, loss, failure, feeling humiliated or feeling shameful that something didn't work, all those things. And so you just stay in victim and pointing at the women today or the men today, and it's like, but all you need is one. So why are you talking in like a broad, like all you need is one? All you got to do is get that one, like one, and so that's kind of where my mind goes when I think about the manosphere. So it's like I don't want to bash it, because it does highlight some silent parts of our society that we all know is there, but everybody pretend like it's not there, and we all just playing the game, right? Like the nuances of how us as men are treated. As the reason a lot of times that we fall in these performative roles is because of society, not women, but just how society is structured, of like, and maybe our upbringing of, you don't have no value unless you're making money. And it's like, no, I have value before a job coming to play, before money coming to play, or any of that. Like, I'm a human being. Like, I have feelings, I have emotions, and I matter. Like, my thoughts matter, my perspective matter. Like, if I want to cry, that I'm cool. It's cool. That doesn't mean I'm weak. I'm a lame. So all these little things that's wrapped up in our head that we have adopted, and to growing up, to get the girl, you got to perform, you got to do this, you got to do that, like
you gotta have game.
You gotta have game. You gotta open up the door. You got and all that is cool. Hey, I need to make sure I make money. Like, make money that way I can be perceived as I got something going on. And so it's a mask. It's performative. Like, it's, oh man, she gonna think less of me if, oh man, I can't afford her. Man, it's just all these different things are, I don't want no scrub. Da 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 da. And so it's just all these things that I get it, I understand, but I will say this: being a man, it does require some things that's different from being a woman, and that comes with the territory. And so it's kind of, you don't want to say man up, And that's where reframing comes in at, because it's like, okay, acknowledgement, but are you complaining, or like what, or are you going to work with the brotherhood to max with your lot in life? Are you going to work with the brotherhood to get the maximum squeeze out of whatever it is for you in life, and you having your brothers surrounding you, like helping you with that, you helping them with that, and you're not running? Like, don't run. Like, you're running from being held
Right.
accountable for being the best father, the best husband, the best in your career that you can be, the best if you're into business, if being the best investor you can be. Like, it's all different genres of life, you know, whatever. Or if you get tight, you run off. You know, none of us are perfect, but it's like, we need that. And then sometimes we just kicking it. Like, we ain't on that, oh, gotta hold you accountable. Like, no, you grown, man. Hold yourself accountable. Either you want to progress your life and care about your family, or you don't. You know, what we doing? So that's kind of my perspective on it. You know, drop a comment, drop a comment in the chat with one man in your life who you think is being pulled in the wrong direction. Not to call him out, but like,
I mean,
do you
call
know
him out.
somebody?
Call him out.
Don't put a name in the comment. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's terrible. That's gonna be crazy. But like, do you know somebody that's being pulled in the wrong direction? You know, with their lives, and maybe you can help, them kind of, you know, be guided back. Not that we got it all figured out or you have it all figured out, but like, hey man, I think it might be another way to look at this, man. Like, you know, that's a little bit more food for the soul, that's also more productive, you know.